Safety is the great illusion. There's no such thing as safety. There's not even really anything such thing as risk. Actions happen in your life or they don't. That's the reality. By saying something's risky, something's safe, you're subconsciously communicating your preference of how things in your life play out. There is no such idea or concept as risk if you aren't attached to the ego so much, right? You have a preference, that's all. You know, you can't let the ideas dictate your future actions. You definitely can't let other people's ideas and expectations for your life dictate your future actions. At the end of the day, you can't say, I didn't achieve or pursue my goals and dreams because John said that it's risky. That's on you. And there lies the rub. You know, there are consequences for pursuing your dreams, aka risk, and then there are consequences for you not pursuing your dreams, aka regret. And I will tell you that risk is much more easier to mitigate and manage than regret, because regret is a byproduct of your action. Risk is I guess, it only occurs in the time and place that you are. Damn. I guess the best way to phrase it is that risk happens in the current moment. Regret occurs after your ability to change the outcome has passed. Regret is the heaviest emotion to live with, you know. So when you're trying to figure out, should I participate or partake in this risky activity? Well, one, you need to measure if it's going to potentially benefit your life and your loved ones' lives. If it's not risky behavior just for the sake of being risky, I would implore you to really consider what it would mean for you to participate in it, right? Because I make my life choices and decisions based on how I will feel about them after the fact, right? Emotions are fleeting. You can't really trust emotions. Same would be said for someone who's leaving a salaried position to pursue entrepreneurial dreams. Yes, in the short term, short-sighted vision of things, it's considered monetarily risky because you are not guaranteed a paycheck from that point forward. But from a regret mitigation standpoint, I would tell you that I would just rather try, and you should too. You know, and please don't take this as financial advice or career advice. Your life is your own. But I would say that if you had a choice to pick between regret and not experiencing risk and being scared and going after something that's not guaranteed, I would definitely tell you to listen to everyone's opinion but follow your own. Yeah, because you're the one who's gonna have to live with that stone in your chest for the rest of your life, knowing you didn't pursue something that you thought might have been positive. And if it doesn't work out, at least you tried. No, risk doesn't really exist. Your preference is all that exists. I mean, it's not too much of a complex subject, to tell you the truth, but it's very hard to put into practice, right? Because taking risks triggers this primal fear in us. It's one of self-preservation, right? It's you really experiencing said risk, whether it be physical, financial, career-wise. Your body is experiencing it as a risk, as a threat, a fight or flight stimulus. You have to know that, and you have to look beyond that. In theory, being able to take on risk is something transcendental because the here is overriding the here. But sometimes those are online, and that's when you know you should really jump 100% in with both feet, when your mind matches with your heart. But most of the time, not a lot of people are that, sorry, notification on my phone. Not that many people are that steadfast in their beliefs and confident in their decisions to be able to override the feelings they feel in here. And if you can, you're special. Entrepreneurship's not for everybody. But I just wanted to be play the devil's advocate in this, you know, because I firmly believe your perspective on a situation helps determine how that situation ultimately unfolds. You know, if for those of you who aren't very knowledgeable about quantum physics, look into it. But it essentially means that the way we perceive what we pay attention to ultimately affects the way the universe unfolds the future, more or less. And it makes sense, right? If you're scared about perhaps opening your own business, that increases your chances of not opening that business. Not opening that business pretty much snowballs into a conclusion. You never opening a business. You retiring in a job you don't like, becoming bitter, and that will affect your life as it affects your life. We always have a chance to split off into alternate timelines.